Thank you for that introduction. Hello everyone, my name is Caitlin Thorne and I'm here to tell you about the tragic event that struck the San Fernando Valley of Los Angeles at 4:31 a.m. on January 17, 1994. This first image shows the location of the earthquake, and since the magnitude of the earthquake was so large, it affected a large portion of California. The earthquake lasted for 10 to 20 seconds and was followed by 2 aftershocks. But what caused the earthquake, you might ask? A dip slip on a blind thrust fault caused the earthquake. A dip slip fault is an inclined fracture where the blocks have mostly shifted vertically. A blind thrust fault is particularly dangerous because it does not rupture the surface, so that means there is no evidence of them on the ground, making it hard for seismologists to keep track of them. These faults are a result of a bend in the San Andreas Fault. The San Andreas Fault is a transform plate boundary, and a transform plate boundary is when 2 tectonic plates slide past each other. The bend in the fault causes compressions of the Earth's crust, which allows for the truss faults to rise, creating the earthquake. Unfortunately, the earthquake killed more than 60 people and injured more than 9,000. The earthquake actually occurred on a significant day, which was Martin Luther King Jr. Day, so people were at home instead of out traveling, which is a good thing, because the earthquake caused the busiest freeway in the U.S. to go crumbling down along with surrounding buildings and infrastructure. The earthquake in Northridge in 1994 is also significant because it became the most costly natural disaster of all time, costing more than $20 billion. The earthquake left many people scared, homeless, and jobless. Thankfully, California created the California Earthquake Authority to assist residential earthquake coverage. California also put in new laws and regulations to try and make things more earthquake-prone. Sadly, the environment was affected by the earthquake, and there were many landslides and fires that affected the wildlife in Northridge, California, and the neighboring towns. These effects affected the biosphere and the geosphere, and the atmosphere was affected by the dust from the landslides and chemicals from busted pipes and fires. The biosphere was affected from the damaged plants and animals, and the geosphere was affected by the land-altering landslides and fires. The earthquake caused liquefaction, which is the shaking of the ground, which resulted in flooding, which resulted in more damage. The effects of the earthquake were regional, but it was California's most destructive earthquake since 1990. The Northridge earthquake in California in 1994 was damaging and devastating and had negative impacts on the environment. Thankfully, California has learned from this and recovered. Thank you so much for listening.